promises, but it's cold today. Welcome back to HSN. We've got some great weather solutions for you, but also great last-minute gifts. The other day, I presented this item, and it's a huge customer pick, 4.5 stars. We blew down the doors, sold 2,000 in one presentation. I only have 3,000 of these left, so the race is on. It's from Quadtrek. We finally got them back in stock. It's your all-terrain snowshoe cleats. What's different about these is that you can change and transform any shoe into a cleat, and these are metal plates, 24 metal cleats or teeth in each one. But here's what's nice. Any shoe becomes a cleat now. You roll it up when you're done, pack them away in your handbag or in your glove compartment, and now you've got an all-weather solution for that sure footing, whether it's ice and slippery conditions, whether it's aerating your lawn if you love the gardening, whether it's playing golf or hiking, sure footing and the most amazing quality. Our brand expert is Mike Spinelli. You and I laughed about this. When I first saw his presentation and he was dancing on this block of ice, I was scared for him. Now I know better.
Now you know better. These are amazing, and this is why this is so beautiful, because if you look, I'm standing on a block of ice. And if you were to do this without traditional footwear, you'd be slipping, you'd be falling. Notice I'm not holding on to anything. I'm able to move laterally. I'm able to jump up and down. And that's all because of the Quadtrek, because of their design. I just easily slip these on over the shoes that I wore into the studio today to be able to provide traction in the snow and the ice and the mud and the grass. So no matter where you might be headed, if you want to make sure that you have maximum traction, the Quadtreks are going to provide that for you. Now take a look. You know, I'm standing here and I'm just able to start digging into this ice. And Leslie, you explained it perfectly. And if I can come over to the table.
I didn't know you were going to make me snow cone today.
Snow cones all over the place. But you know, if you look at, because the Quadtrek has a lot of features, and they're not only named Quadtrek because of the terrain that you can walk over, but it's also the unique design. The pattern of, there's 24 metal teeth that are going to be able to provide you that maximum traction. So if you're walking up, so ladies, if you're walking, you're going to the grocery store or walking your kids to the store, it's icy out. You cannot see ice. You can't predict where the snow is going to be. So when you're walking, you can just easily have these in your purses. Roll them up, traction.
That's peace of mind.
That's the peace of mind of the insurance disability.
One person that I was reading a review said, I'm so glad these are finally back in stock. We don't always have these in stock. We've got the final 3,000. We don't have a lot of them now, but he said, my wife took a fall last year.
Yes.
This is the time of year where people start suing. There's a lot of litigation. Why? Because it's slippery, it's dangerous, it's wet out there. This is not only for cold weather and bad weather, but also year round. And the difference is, it's not just texture. Those are metal plates in each one. And look at the stretchiness and the quality. I can go ahead and stretch this over any shoe I have, with the exception of heels, girls.
With the exception of heels. Now, it doesn't matter the shoe, any flat shoe it's going to fit. And ladies, look at the low profile. Look at this design. It's going to be so discreet. So you're going to be able to put this over any one of your boots and make sure that you maintain your integrity when you're walking, and make sure that you have your satisfaction when trying to walk into taking your kids to school over icy conditions. You're not going to slip. For the professionals, guys, you know, roll this up into your briefcase. Keep this into the glove box of your car, because what's the point of buying them if you're not going to use them? They're compact, they stretch to fit. I mean, simply, Leslie, it's easy as this. You simply just put your toe into the shoe and you stretch.
Yeah, and it's even got the tab. Did you see that tab it's got on it?
And that tab you pull easily to fit over the shoe. And look at, guys, the best part about Quadtrek too is that it lines flat every time. So you don't have to worry about where the traction is going to line up. It's always going to line up in the proper positioning of your shoes. And if you love to run and you're a fitness freak, don't let the conditions change it.
That's true.
Make sure that you just buy a pair of Quadtreks. You're going to be able to maintain your stability, and it's going to get you from where you want to go. Now, again, Leslie,
and by the way, these things, we've got 3 sizes, but look at the size of this.
The stretch fit.
If you hike, if you do outdoors, if you hunt, if you work construction outdoors, you just want that sure footing, this thing will fit your shoe. It'll transform any shoe you have into a cleat. Here are the sizes: small, medium, large. So in the women's, we've got fit small, 4 to 7.5. Men's in the medium, 7 to 9.5. Women's 8 through 11 on medium. Large, 10 and 12 to 12.5 in men's, and then 11.5 and plus for women in the large. So small, medium, large on this big customer pick. I'm in my final quantities for the season. People were waiting for these to come back. They're finally back. The other day I was on with Mike, 2,000 in one presentation. They were only expecting to move 1,000 of those. So please understand, people are waiting for these, and it's not another shoe you got to take off and put on another shoe for that all-weather terrain, right?
You're absolutely right.
This is one shoe. That's the one you leave your home with, and this transforms any shoe into that cleat.
Transform any shoe, because what's going on is that the rubber soles aren't going to provide you that traction inside those icy and snowy conditions. And just take a look at how this boot is just able to get into this ice. And what's going to happen is you're going to make sure that you're not going to fall down. You're going to be able to be hands-free and not worrying about falling on that ice, because you can't see when ice is around you. You don't know when you're taking a walk.
But you'll know the second it just, like, the floor slips out from
underneath you. And then for you hikers, look at how the Quadtrex dig in. Not only is it going to provide you that traction ascending and descending down the mountain, but it's also going to protect the bottom soles of your heels. And then you have it for yard aeration. All you gardeners and walkers, you're like, why do I want to aerate my yard? You want to aerate your yard because it breaks up the soil and allows the nutrients to get down to feed your yard. So when you're cutting the grass, just simply put these on. And I have yardmen all the time trying to solicit me for business. It's like, guys, I don't need your services, because you simply put the Quadtrex on, you walk around, and you're able to aerate your yard. Now,
and Mike, what's nice is that, once again, you know, it's not a separate shoe you have to put on. So you don't have to take off the shoes you're wearing and put on a cleat. This is one item that stretches to go ahead and fit any shoe, and now transforms any shoe into a cleat with metal teeth. That's not just texture and traction. That's metal on each one of those. And then look at how compact they are. You can roll them up, toss them in your handbag or briefcase. But once again, this for me, and please keep in mind, we're getting a little busy now, about 600 of you in the ordering process. Final quantities, 2,000 and change remaining. That's all we have. So if you thought about these, this is the time of year where people are tumbling, taking the fall, slipping and sliding.
It really becomes an epidemic, almostly, because of the amount of people that fall because they don't have the proper footwear when walking around the snow and the ice. Now take a look. You know, this is the common foot tread that you have on the bottom of your heels, your boots. It's rubber. It looks safe. It looks secure. But watch what happens. See how easy this is to spin around the ice without the Quadtrex? I mean, as anybody who's ever tried ice skating, you know how tough it is just to stand on ice skates. But watch, with the Quadtrex, the same shoes I wore, look at, I got perfect stability. I'm able to move left. I'm able to move right. I'm able to jump up and down. Now think about this when you're going to the grocery store and you want to walk out of your car after you just had a freezing rain. You don't know what's going to be ice, what's not going to be ice. And watch, these 24 teeth are going to grip, they're going to bite, and it's going to provide you that stability. Now, if I didn't have the Quadtrex on, I wouldn't be able to stand here and dig into this ice. And look at it on this side too. It just shows you the strength of the teeth.
24 teeth,
it's 24 teeth on each one.
Not total, on each one.
Right, and it easily slips over your foot or any flat footwear that you might have. And because of its low profile, nobody even knows that you have them on. So from a fashion sense, from a security sense, Quadtrex is going to make sure that it's going to ensure, number one, your stability, and it's going to prevent you from falling on.
And look, it's really transforming any shoe you have, even your fashion boots. As long as it's a flat shoe, right? We can't do this over heels, girls. But as long as it's a flat shoe, sneakers, you know, slip-ons, boots, it transforms any shoe into a cleat. And this really should be a year-round solution. We only have it this time of year. We finally got them back. I have 2,500 for the season left. That is all we have. 2 minutes left in the presentation, Mike. We thought we would sell out last time. I couldn't believe the response, but if you read the reviews, this is the time of year where people are hurting themselves. People are sliding, and I hope it never, ever has to happen to you, but this is that proactive way of keeping yourself safe.
And it's so easy to put on. Because of that stretch fit, it's so easy. You just make sure that your toe is lined up on the front part of the shoe, and you stretch it back. When you buy within your size range, it has a stretch fit. It's securely going to elasticize over the shoe to make sure that your pads are always lining up with the heels of your feet. So you don't have to worry about if I'm lining up correctly, because the Quadtrex does all the work for you. And Leslie, I have a lot of people like, oh, it's only for boots. It's not just for boots. You know, look at all the different types of footwear that you can put this around.
Yeah, athletic.
You know, you have athletic footwear, professionals commuting in and out of the office, walking around the city.
And imagine as a professional, now you don't have to take your shoes off when you get into the office.
The guessing game, exactly.
No, and this thing, I mean, once you get to the office, you roll it up, you toss it in your bag or your drawer, you're done.
And that's how discreet it is. So keep, you know, when you buy the Quadtrex, buy multiple pairs. I've given, all my family lives up into the Northeast, and I've already sent them pairs, because you just don't know when the conditions are going to happen when you are experiencing freezing ice, snow, because the weather is so unpredictable, Leslie.
Yeah.
And
how about that black ice? You don't even see that.
You don't even see that black ice coming. So, you know, again, really quickly, you know, you can see from the B-roll that you have that stretch fit. So yard aeration. If
and don't be afraid to stretch them out as long as you buy your size range, right?
Correct. Don't be afraid to stretch them. They're going to stretch to fit. You want them to fit snugly over your shoe because you want to make sure that the pads are lining up correctly across your heels.
Last 2 minutes, and once again, all shoes. You're transforming any shoe into an all-weather cleat, and this is year-round. Final minute left. I want to show you the size options once again. Small, medium, and large. If you're picking up the small, it's in women's sizes from 4 to 7.5. Medium, men's and women's, and then large in men's and women's as well. 372-755. Get it quickly. Now, look, Mike, 1,000 sold right here, right now. 700 of you in the ordering process. We may very well sell out right here, right now this morning.
I mean, you guys aren't going to be disappointed because what Quadtract, again, is going to provide you is that security and that stabilization across the freezing ice. I mean, as you see, I'm in Florida, and I'm standing and I'm jumping on this ice block, which I never thought I'd be possible of doing, is actually standing on an ice block. I can't even ice skate, but yet I'm able to stand on ice. And, you know, and it's easily able to move back and forth laterally. You know, again, those 24 teeth are, I mean, I'm already chipping away at the whole overall surface, and I'm doing it without any support.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of times with cleats, it's just texture, right? These are metal plates.
It's
so
rubber.
Honestly, superior quality makes any shoe a cleat, and it's not just for winter. Think about it for sports. Think about it for golf. Think about it for hiking. If you enjoy the outdoors, you're gonna love these. You don't have to take off the shoe and put on another shoe. This thing does it all. 372-755 is your item number. Mike, are you supposed to be back today?